thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
My name is Gaz Deves and I'm Social Marketing Manager for Rocksteady Studios.
And what game are we here to talk about, as if we couldn't tell?
Well, Rocksteady Studios, we're working on Batman Arkham Knight, which is coming in 2015 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC.
Great, thanks, that's right, that's the interview done. So, it's been a couple of months since you showed us off the first gameplay footage. A lot's changed since then, particularly you've revealed quite a lot more about a certain car. Do you want to tell us all about it?
Well, the Batmobile has been the big new gameplay addition that we've really wanted to make a massive deal of in Batman Arkham Knight. And we've just announced Battle Mode, which is a completely new set of abilities for the Batmobile. With the touch of a button, you can switch from Pursuit Mode, which is the speed mode, allowing you to navigate very quickly through the streets of Gotham, now into Battle Mode. That gives you access to heavy weaponry, a Vulcan gun, 60mm heavy cannon, riot suppressor for dealing with thugs non-lethally, and also a winch and other puzzle-solving abilities, allowing you to manipulate the environment and work with Batman and the Batmobile to solve problems.
And it's also got a remote control mode as well to access some of those weapons.
The Batmobile, of course, has all kinds of abilities. It wouldn't be complete without a remote control.
So tell us a little bit more about how Batman uses the Batmobile in the game.
So the Batmobile enhances Batman's abilities in all kinds of ways. The Batmobile can be used for problem solving. There's a section in the demo where we show Batman navigating an environment with the Batmobile supporting him, opening areas that he wouldn't be able to open without it, using remote control to raise and lower platforms for him to access. It also allows him to engage in tank combat against unmanned drones. The Arkham Knight's forces are moving into Gotham, putting a real threat onto the city, and the Batmobile's battle mode, the tank combat abilities that it has, are ideal for dealing with this situation.
So who is the Arkham Knight?
The Arkham Knight is an exclusively created character by Rocksteady Studios in association with DC Comics.
So you're not going to tell us who he is?
The Arkham Knight is a character created exclusively with DC Comics for Batman Arkham Knight.
Fantastic. At the last reveal, you obviously ended it with the Arkham Knight coming out, knocking Batman down and pulling a gun on him. Today we've seen quite a lot more of him. So when are we going to find out more about him? Obviously not who he is, because we don't want to ruin the story, but obviously the game's called Arkham Knight. He's a pivotal character, so tell us a little bit more.
You'll find out plenty about the Arkham Knight when you play Batman Arkham Knight in 2015.
Great. So Scarecrow is the other major bad guy. What's happened to him since last we saw him?
Well, Scarecrow was left out of Batman Arkham City specifically because we wanted to bring him in as the primary threat in Batman Arkham Knight. So Scarecrow has been he's been building his forces. We find him in the demo that we're presenting here at E3. He's taken over the Ace Chemicals building, and he's using that to produce a massive amount of fear toxin that he wants to use to create a bomb that is going to detonate and pose a massive threat to Gotham.
So going back to the Batmobile for a moment, we also saw a missile barrage today. So do you want to talk a bit about that?
The missile barrage is the most powerful ability in battle mode, and what it can be used to do once you've built up enough of a combo through tank combat using the Vulcan gun, using the heavy cannon, you can unleash a missile barrage causing massive destruction. It looks awesome and it feels awesome.
The Batmobile also has a containment mode. So tell us a little bit about that and how that's used within the game.
There's only one seat in the Batmobile in the cockpit up front, and that's for Batman, but there's also the containment unit with 2 seats at the back, and you can use that to either transport allies or apprehend supervillains.
Excellent. So there's also a new enemy type, the Combat Expert. So do you want to tell us about that?
Combat Experts are extremely dangerous foes for Batman. They're going to push his combat abilities to the limit. They'll dodge Batman's attacks and counter very quickly. In order to keep your free-flow combat combo going, you're going to have to be very quick and watch out for their aerial attacks, but we've also created a new move, the aerial counter, to deal with exactly that.
So let's go back to the Batmobile again. You can see that's pretty much the theme at the moment. There's also a move, the Batmobile Assisted Takedown. So tell us about that.
So in free-flow combat, when the Batmobile is nearby, Batman can initiate a Batmobile-assisted takedown. He'll grab a hold of a thug, give them a massive uppercut, and the Batmobile's non-lethal riot suppressor will take them out in the air.
So you recently announced that the game was coming out in 2015. What do you want to say to everybody to get them hyped up and ready for next year?
Batman Arkham Knight coming in 2015. It's going to be absolutely worth the wait. Awesome takes time, and I think gamers are really going to enjoy it when they get their hands on it.
Thanks very much for your time today, Gaz.
Thanks, Andrew.